Hey everybody out there, Denver Open Media members. My name is Deanna Akra and I am putting together this video blog to tell you guys what happened today at the public Q&A meeting at the Wellington Webb building. The city and county of Denver did open up a 1-hour period for us to express our concerns. And prior to that, at 3 p.m., there was a pre-bid meeting where we had a glimpse of what some of the bidders for the new contract, Wow, there weren't many. We almost filled the room as members and supporters of Denver Open Media. We were probably about half of the room, maybe more, 2/3 of the room. And only 1/3 of the room was pre-bidders in that 3 to 4 p.m. slot. So that's good news that there weren't a lot of bidders, but then again, they maybe just didn't come. So anyway, I'm creating this blog to really directed towards Denver Open Media producers and people who are concerned about the future of public access, trying to give you an update of how things are going. So we've had 2 meetings with the city, meaning Denver Open Media members and people who are really interested in keeping Denver Open Media and public access alive. And that was, one of them was last October 2nd, which was last Tuesday, and today. So I just want to go over some updates with you. If you have questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Send me or Kevin Vidal a email, or just write a question down below. So one of the biggest questions that came up during this meeting was whether or not there will be a smooth transition of services after December 19th. Members are concerned that they will not be able to create their shows anymore, that they won't be able to put anything on the air, that they won't have studio space to go to. So we did clarify, but not really that much. The biggest answer we got from the city was it will depend on the winner of the RFP for us to determine whether or not there will be guaranteed access to studios and equipment, because they will be in charge of all of that stuff. So that was a little concerning because we didn't think that they would be able to fill those shoes that quickly. But later on in the meeting, they said that they would try to ensure that access to all the same things we have now would be the same, but there's no guarantees. But they did guarantee that doors of Denver Open Media would not close on December 19th. And so we don't have to worry that we won't be able to get in the building or all the equipment will be taken out at that time. However, the transition to the next contractor, if it's not Denver Open Media and if it's not the person that we've elected, which is Ann Tice, to take over operations, she isn't even sure she wants to do that. If you haven't yet, register on BidNet to get updates on the RFP if you're super concerned. But you would have to go to that website that I have put up, and the BidNet website is up there. Question came up of who is evaluating the RFPs. It was told that a purchasing department will decide. That's made up of 2 people, which is Joseph Furman and Janelle. I don't know her last name, but I'll write it down on the website. They are in charge of picking who evaluates who wins the RFP. Technical experts and was all that was named. And preferably 5 to 10 people will be evaluating who will win that RFP. We wanted to know if that RFP process would be fair. it didn't seem like they had a really good answer for us. They just told us that 5 to 10 people would be part of that evaluation, and they have bias procedures to make sure that everybody's getting a fair chance. One of the other biggest things that came up was why the RFP was written for one person, for one job. Many of our members thought that there's no possible way that one person can do what the staff and volunteers of Denver Open Media do. What Tony has done and what they've created for us is a space that's functioning. It's a well-oiled machine. We have volunteers all around, and everybody helps each other. And so their response to that was, it would be their responsibility for the RFP winner to kind of redo that and restructure that to make it work again. To me, that seems like they would just be reinventing the wheel, but just here to report what was said. Once again, if you need some names, Jenny Schiavone is the Chief Marketing Officer. Julie Martinez is the Director of Marketing. Alan Delalis was a guy who was there as well, who's in charge. And I'm sorry, Alberto... don't have him. Alberto something is also in charge of this. Sorry if this is too long and boring. Some information, if you want to know about why they're doing this, is they are saying that subscribers to Comcast have dropped significantly. And the way that PEG funds is where Denver Open Media gets the money to do what it does, has gone down significantly over the last 3 years. So they want to change the model. I think they want a better model to increase subscribers so they can increase those PEG funds. It's not really clear how they would do that, but they're thinking that more of an online subscription model or streaming model would get them more subscribers and increase those PEG funds. PEG funds are public, education, and government funds, and right now that's how Denver Open Media gets part of its funding, along with 4 other media providers in the city that belong to those categories. So Auraria and Emily Griffith is Channel 22, and they are the education part of PEG. Open Media Foundation is the public part of that equation. DMMS, which is Denver Media and Marketing Services, Channel 8 and Channel 58, that's the government part of PEG. And there's one other provider, I believe, called Capital 4. Not sure what they are. So they said to continue public media access, these PEG funds, we would need more. PEG funds come from Comcast every 5 years to better secure. So the reason why they want to redo this contract, according to them, is so we can secure better PEG funds. They did say that content would still remain separate from government, and that even though right now the government is trying to administer this RFP, the model for public access wouldn't change. So we would still be able to submit as much content and however much content, whatever type of content that we wanted, according to them at this time. A big thing that came out was, once again, there's not a clear transition in place, said by Julie Martinez, of the Director of Media and Marketing. no clear transition. It would matter who the RFP winner is and whether or not they would be able to sustain those services. However, they did say that it is in their best interest to continue the level of services that we have now, including training, studio space, and all the equipment. Once again, but it's not required for that RFP winner to have any plans, really, for that transition. To win the RFP, you don't have to have a plan of transition. So that seemed to be a problem for us members. We thought that, if you want to take this over, you better know how to do it and do it fast. But that was not a requirement, according to them, to win. However, it is something you could put in an alternative response if you are an RFP bidder who thinks that they have a good plan, but you won't win. So Denver Open Media right now does not have a better chance of winning because they are, they're ready to go and they have everything ready to go. That's not an upper hand at all in the RFP. So let me know if you have any questions, and we can use this as a forum to discuss. There'll probably be city officials watching, so that's okay, because what we do is great. All right, thanks. Bye.